everyone, Scar, the Scottman. We're here to do a drive video today. We are heading west on I-94 here in the western parts of Metro Detroit. We're basically continuing the westbound I-94 videos, which I think I only have like one, maybe two of them so far. So in this video, we're going to be heading over from I-275 here, like the Romulus, Belleville area. We're going to head all the way to 127 over in the Jackson, Michigan area. So we got quite a ways to go in this one. So it's a pretty nice day out right now. It's partly cloudy out. My car thermometer is reading 72 degrees Fahrenheit. If you convert that to Celsius, it's around like 22, getting close to 23, or maybe closer to 22 degrees. So it's not bad out at all. Although I think we are supposed to get some clouds coming in later today, but at least for the time being, it's really nice out. So right now we're in the Belleville area. This exit here is for Haggerty Road, which I even filmed a driving video on that last year. And if you were to go with Haggerty Road south, that'll take you over into Lower Huron Metro Park. With this video, we'll be going through like the Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor area, and then we'll eventually get to like the southern Michigan countryside. But for right now, we're hanging out just in like the southwest part of Metro Detroit as we head over again to Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti. So this looks like it's a new construction somewhat. They have like an express lane here in the left lane coming up, so it's like they add on an extra lane or something. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of it though, because everybody's gonna want to go like 80, 85 in it. Even though the speed limit's only 70, but it's like Michigan's the one state where you can be going 80 miles an hour on the freeway and you're still getting tailgated by people. But yeah, this is really interesting though. So it's like, yeah, with this express lane that they built, I think they just finished that this year or last year or something. Obviously, yeah, they don't allow trucks in it, but it avoids all the exits around in here for 2 or 3 miles. Like this exit here, this is Belleville Road, which goes into downtown Belleville to the south. I can see, I don't see an express lane on the other side of I-94. It's just westbound lanes. Although now I'm starting to regret my decision to stay out of the express lane because we got a lot of slow people up ahead. Close to where Willow Run Airport is. We'll be eventually going just to the south of it. I don't think we'll see a whole lot from the freeway. It's like you have to drive on E-Course Road further north of here to get a better view of everything. This video is the first day of June, and we're getting close to getting to the halfway point in 2024. Like this year's gone by very quickly, because yeah, it'll be July in a whole nother month now. We'll be around the midway point. Yeah, right now we got someone going, or people going slow in the fast lane. Well, now it's the middle lane, because yeah, it looks like the express lane ended right So yeah, we're now due south of Willow Run Airport. And then this exit here, this is Rawsonville Road, which Rawsonville Road is basically the border between Wayne County, which we're in right now, and then now we're entering Washtenaw County. And we're getting to Ypsilanti area. And coming up momentarily, we have the exit for Willow Run Airport. So Willow Run Airport does not have any commercial flights or anything, so like if you're flying out of Detroit, you're not going to be using Willow Run Airport. Well, we're technically in Ypsilanti Township. We're into, not quite into Ypsilanti itself. Like the freeway itself goes south of the downtown area, just like it bypasses Ann Arbor to the south. When we get up there in a little while. June, and just several days ago I got back from a long weekend trip for Memorial Day weekend. I went out to Boston, Massachusetts, a place I've been to many times in the past, but I wanted to head out there to film some more content. A few videos for YouTube. If I haven't started uploading those yet, they'll be coming up very quickly here. Back to that in a second, but back there was no official exit for it, but US Highway 12 merges onto the freeway here. So now Highway 12 is running concurrent with I-94 for a short bit of time. Because normally in southeast Michigan, US Highway 12 is basically Michigan Avenue, but Michigan Avenue itself goes into downtown Ypsilanti. And speaking of Ypsilanti, we are now entering downtown Ypsilanti. Well, sort of. We're going to the south of it. So that exit for Willow Run Airport we passed by back there, if you wanted to get to Highway 12 eastbound, you would have wanted to take that exit. Okay, so we have Ford Lake off to the left, and this is the Huron River over here, which that comes up from downtown Ypsilanti, and then if you want to go to downtown Ypsilanti, your exit is right over there. Anyway, getting back to Boston, so I filmed a few YouTube videos out there, and then I have a lot of Instagram content coming up. So if you follow me on Instagram, every Tuesday and Friday since the beginning of June, I've been filming. It's weird I'm talking in the I'm uploading, like the day I'm uploading this compared to like when I'm actually filming this video. But starting in early June, I'm uploading on Instagram some different Instagram reels on Boston related stuff every Tuesday and Friday. Curious if they're going out to the Fort Custer area that's between like Battle Creek and Kalamazoo. So I know there's like I think there's like a base or something out in that area. not this exit here, but this exit here for US Highway 12 West. So this is where Highway 12 breaks away from I-94 and it reconnects with Michigan Avenue and then continues its way down towards Saline and then to Clinton, Michigan. And it kind of runs parallel with I-94 a little bit through the southern part of Michigan. And then they intersect each other like near between New Buffalo and Niles, Michigan in the southwest part of the state. Yep, so out of the Ypsilanti area, now we're in Pittsfield Township. And the upcoming exit here, this is for US Highway 23. So US Highway 23 North, which is the first exit here, that'll go east past, we can get to some of the Ann Arbor exits from 23 North, and you can also get up to M14, but then US Highway 23 continuing further north heads up toward Flint, and up toward I-75. For 23 South, we'll take you down toward Dundee, Michigan, and then eventually to the Toledo area in northwest Ohio. So yeah, Pittsfield Township is technically to the south of Ann Arbor, but we're starting to get more into the Ann Arbor area now. So this stretch of I-94 can get a little congested at times, especially during rush hour, because it's only 2 lanes on each side over here. This is a pretty busy section of the freeway. We have everything to the south of Ann Arbor over here. Alright, so we have 39 miles to Jackson and then 238 miles to get to Chicago. And yeah, that's quite a ways away, because in order to get to Chicago, we have to go all the way through the southern part of Michigan before getting cross over into Indiana, like over near Lake Michigan, then of course go through northwest Indiana and then cross over into Illinois to get to Chicago. From I-94, we have a couple exits for Ann Arbor. The first one is coming up here for State Street. And State Street is the road you will want to take if you're going up to the University of Michigan campus. Keep in mind, that's for the campus itself. If you're going to like a Michigan football game at Michigan Stadium, you do not want to get off at State Street, because although you could, in a way, wiggle your way over to Michigan Stadium via State Street, it's not really the most practical route. And then this exit, as well as the next one, you can also get over to where Briarwood Mall is, which is the big shopping mall here in the Ann Arbor area. See anything in Briarwood Mall to the right. It's like I can, but not from this GoPro. And the next exit coming up here can also go to Briarwood Mall. So this exit we're approaching is Ann Arbor Saline Road. Take that south, there's some more shopping areas to the south. Not as much as on the north side, but it also will take you down to Saline. And then Ann Arbor Saline Road will take you up to Michigan Stadium, which is the football stadium for the University of Michigan Wolverines football team. And then Ann Arbor Saline Road turns into Main Street, and that'll take you up into downtown Ann Arbor. I-94, you're direct two exits to Ann Arbor, although you could also get off at 23 and go north, and you could go up to, I think, Washtenaw Avenue, and you can get off there, and that'll take you into Ann Arbor from the east. You haven't had any water, well, I should probably take a sip. Okay, that's better. Yeah, this is not my only driving video I'm filming for today. I'm planning to also do one on M52. So I want to continue that driving video series because I filmed M52 at the southernmost part of Michigan. I want to continue that. But because I'll have to pass it up near Chelsea, I'm going to be getting off in Jackson, and then I'm going to eventually work my way back to M52 and film that video. Oh, okay, there is one more exit for Ann Arbor technically, for Jackson Avenue, which you can, then from Jackson Avenue you can get into downtown Ann Arbor from the west. City limits, even though we're like at the western end of it. So Jackson Avenue going east will go into downtown Ann Arbor from the west, and then to continue west on Jackson Avenue, it runs parallel with I-94 in the direction toward Chelsea. There's also a really popular restaurant called Weber's, which is off of Jackson Avenue going to the west, like not too far away from I-94. So we are now approaching the interchange for M14. So there's no direct connection M14 from westbound I-94, but there is if you're going east. So M14 is an alternative route you can take to go east toward like the Metro Detroit area. Oh, yep, and then this becomes 3 lanes once again going west, but only for like maybe a few miles. So if you're coming from the west, if you're going in the direction toward Detroit, you can either take M14 or I-94. I-94, of course, goes over toward Detroit Metro Airport, where M14 does not. So what you can easily do is you can find out if there are any traffic backups on either one of the freeways. So if there is a backup on one of the freeways, you can take the other. And in the end, if you're going to Detroit, you'll end up in the same place. Sort of. Because M14 starts in the Ann Arbor area, goes all the way out to I-96 in like the Livonia area. And then I-96, of course, goes into Detroit. Yep, so this exit is for Zeeb Road. If you're going out to a lot of the different metro parks like Hudson Mills Metro Park, Delhi Metro Park, or Dexter Huron Metro Park, you'll want to get off at Zeeb Road. And there's also a really good German restaurant called Metzger's, which is at the exit for Zeeb Road. inside of the Ann Arbor area now, because this is where we start to get into the southern Michigan countryside. And coming up in about like less than a mile, this will go back down the 2 lanes again, and because there's a lot of truck traffic on I-94, so this can be rather problematic because it can run into some slower areas. So I think I've mentioned this in some of my drive videos here in Michigan, but I-94 is probably my least favorite of the major freeways in the state of Michigan, comparing to I-69, I-96, and I-75, just because there is very heavy truck traffic. And it's mostly 2 lanes, and this can get really bogged down. So we got 9 miles to Chelsea, which is the next small city we come to, although we don't really go through it. And then 28 miles until we get to Jackson. So anyway, as I was saying, there's a lot of truck traffic on this freeway here, just because this is the connection between Detroit and Chicago, and then any of the trucks that are going to and from Canada, going through like Ontario, and let's say they're going to Chicago, or even going out to the western United States, this is a common freeway trucks will take, especially because you have I-94 here, and then going south into Ohio or northern Ohio, northern Indiana, you have Interstate 80 and 90, but that is a toll road in both Ohio and Indiana, where I-94 is not a toll road. And plus, if you're coming over from Canada too, it's like this is more direct, so you don't have to go all the way down to Toledo and then get on Interstate 80 and 90 down there. And of course, once you get out toward the Chicago area, you can pretty much get to all the other major freeways that go in all kinds of different directions, whether it's north up into Wisconsin, west toward Iowa, and like going to the Great Plains states, and then eventually, of course, you can head further west. You can drive all the way up to California if you wanted to. Or from Chicago, you can then head south, heading down towards St. Louis or Memphis. Or at the same time, Chicago or the Chicago area could be your last stop, or your next stop. I will say though that traffic doesn't seem too bad right now over here. It was a little bit more crazy, more like back in the Metro Detroit area, and of course getting out toward, or even like in the Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area. And then also with I-94 throughout the state of Michigan, they've been doing a lot of construction. Well, heck, they're doing construction everywhere right now. But they've been working for quite several years on I-94. Like, what we'll see when we get toward the end of this video, they have just done a major reconstruction project on I-94 in the Jackson area, where I think they finally have that completed, but now they're doing stuff west of Jackson, which we will not see in this video, because we won't be going any further west than US Highway 27, or 127. Anyways, I keep saying this in all my different drive videos, but yeah, I'm still trying to plan out the rest of my year when it comes to different trips. Like, again, as I mentioned in my previous driving videos, like, yeah, there is a weekend trip I'm doing later in June content creators, but again, I don't think anything's been mentioned publicly yet at all. So I don't really want to mention about it yet, or even where it is. I will say this, I will have to fly somewhere for the weekend, but it's in the United States. I'm not traveling internationally for the weekend or something. Although it would be cool though if you were to fly to like Mexico City or something in Mexico, or even heck, Costa Rica, just for a quick weekend trip or something. That'd be pretty awesome, because it's totally doable. It's like to do something like the latter though, like a weekend trip to Costa Rica, you might want to take a day or like the day before and the day after the weekend, so that way you don't feel like you're rushed to get back or anything, or that you're being rushed on your trip. Kip, so this exit here, this is M52, so I'm going to be on this later today in a different video to film another driving video. So M52, if you go north, will take you up into downtown Chelsea. Which of course is home to the Jiffy cornmeal, or Jiffy cornmeal. And then M52 continuing further north heads up toward Stockbridge and the Perry, then to Owasso, Michigan. M52 south heads down toward Manchester. It passes up Tecumseh to the west, and then it heads down to Adrian, and then it goes into Ohio. Kip, 20 miles to go till we get to Jackson, 219 miles to Chicago. I'm not going any further west than Jackson today, though, so it's like I'm not even going to be getting close to Jackson. Which is probably a good thing, because they're doing a lot of road work west of Jackson, and I think they're doing a lot of construction, too, in the Kalamazoo area. Which, yeah, speaking of Kalamazoo, it's like not Kalamazoo itself, but down in the city of Portage, just to the south of Kalamazoo, they got affected by a pretty bad tornado just, I think, a month ago in real time. Like, I forgot, it was either late April or early May. It's like Portage got hit really hard. If you get off at this section here and you make a left turn, you're basically going on old US Highway 12. And that'll take you into the community, the small village of Grass Lake, which is a pretty cool village, I have to say. It's not all that big or anything, but there's also, what's really cool is that there is a Catholic church there. Which can do mass outdoors, which is really interesting. Because it would be really cool to attend some type of a church service outside. Because it's like, yeah, normally it's like in the Christian faith, or even like or the Jewish faith or the Muslim faith, you're always inside a church, a synagogue, or a mosque for prayer and worship. But would be an interesting experience to do it, to have a service outside. But obviously, of course, if the weather is not that great outside, yeah, then at least for the church in Grass Lake, they do have, there's a church there where you can attend a service indoors. So it's not like you have to attend mass with an umbrella dress in full winter gear and look like that you're about to go skiing. Although it would be interesting though if there are people who have attended a church service or any type of a religious service near a ski resort, and they're all dressed up in their ski clothes, and then after the church service is over with, they go right to the slopes or something. All right, and we are now leaving Washtenaw County, entering Jackson County. So one thing I didn't mention earlier is that right now we're south of a couple of huge like state recreation areas. Like you have the Pinckney recreation area, and then to the west of it is Waterloo recreation area. So right now I would say we're south of Waterloo recreation area, which is one of the largest state parks or state recreation areas in the state of Michigan. And yeah, this is not normal. It's like, because I was just mentioning over 10 minutes ago that there was so much truck traffic on I-94, yet this is the quietest I've ever seen I-94 going west. Now, I've seen a lot of truck traffic on Saturdays before, so yeah, this is not normal. But I can't complain though, because we're getting a nice ride for a change, which makes it quite nice for this driving video. I do see a truck way up in the distance though. I'm not talking about the one that's at that way station. But yeah, I think before I go to film my M52 driving video, I am going to stop in Brooklyn, Michigan, which is to the southeast of Jackson. So, because I think there's a restaurant that one of my followers told me about that's supposed to be really good in Grass Lake. Not Grass Lake, I'm saying Grass Lake because I'm seeing an exit sign for that. In Brooklyn. I forgot it was a comment on one of my YouTube videos or one of my Instagram Reels or something. I can't remember. I think it was YouTube. So if you get up here at Mount Hope Road, you can take that south to Grass Lake as well. Stuff like that can happen when I go off on a tangent or something, and then all of a sudden I can't remember exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah, I should be able to get past that car before he has to merge over, so we're okay. But yeah, this is classic southern Michigan countryside here. It's like this is what you typically see all throughout the southern part of Michigan. You just got like gentle rolling hills and lots of farmland, and of course a lot of trees too. sure we'll be seeing a lot of that in the M52 video I'm going to be filming later. Oh yeah, so anyway, that I remember what I was talking about. So yeah, so I'll get lunch down in Brooklyn. I'm not planning to film a full video or anything there today, which Brooklyn, Michigan is also like the main community, which is near the Michigan International Speedway. Which, yeah, even like NASCAR has like a race there like once a year. I think later in the summer. Alright, so now we're starting to see a couple more trucks that we're approaching, but again, like very light today. This has been one of the more gentle I-94 drives I've done in this part of Michigan, which is quite appreciated, which is quite appreciative for this driving video. We got a few more miles to go, and then we'll be getting into the Jackson area. So I guess I will go ahead. I'll mention this now. There are two junctions for 127. There's 127 South and then 127 North. I'll be filming all the way to 127 North. Yep, I-94 construction, M60 and M99. So good day for us not to go further west in Jackson. And yeah, I was right, 4 more miles and then we get to 127 South, and then that's of course where we started to get into the Jackson area. Which, yeah, one of these days I do need to get to Jackson to film some type of a video there, just because downtown Jackson's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of beautiful street art all throughout the city. But there's that. There's some good restaurants in downtown Jackson. Not planning to film that today because I don't have any notes and research prepared on it. So it's like I can't just go there and film a full-length video. Otherwise, I'm not going to. Might miss out on something really cool. But yeah, the good news is that Jackson's not all that far away from the Metro Detroit area. It's like an hour and a half or so away, so not all that bad. So at I-94 coming up, we're going to be seeing the result of a lengthy construction project which they've been working on for like at least a few years. And I think it's finally done in the Jackson area. Now they're doing everything west of Jackson now. I should probably have some more water. Excuse me. We're approaching 127 South. So 127 South, it bypasses Jackson to the east, and then it continues. So 127 is a freeway for like a good few miles, and then it becomes just a 2-lane highway south of Jackson, and then it continues down toward Hudson, Michigan, and then 127 eventually heads down into Ohio, like the far western end of Ohio. You can also get down to the Michigan International Speedway via 127 south. So now where we are here, 127 merges into I-94 and runs concurrent all the way to where we will be concluding today's video. And yeah, you got a brand new median. And now there's even an extra lane, because this used to only be 2 lanes here. Now that they've added a 3rd lane going through Jackson, which is really nice. And not only that, too, we have nice new asphalt and also new concrete. Of course, yeah, with this exit here as well as the next exit coming up, it's like off to the north, you got all the different correctional facilities, which Jackson, Michigan is also pretty famous for. Or I should say infamously known for. So this next exit up here is M106, which M106 to the north heads up toward Stockbridge, Michigan, like where it intersects with M52, and then M106 going south goes into downtown Jackson. But yeah, it is so nice that this is finally complete, because this is really nice. I should probably get over though, because I am going to be getting off in the next exit in the direction toward Jackson. And we are going over the Grand River, which is the longest river in the state of Michigan. Alright, so we're approaching the exit for 127 North. If you take 127 North, you will continue your way up toward Lansing. And this is where the 3rd lane ends, as I-94 continues further west in the direction of Kalamazoo, as just 2 lanes in each direction. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video here on I-94 West, going from I-275 out near Romulus, Michigan, all the way over to 127 North over in Jackson, Michigan. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that we don't miss out on any future adventures. Oh yeah, they even rebuilt this interchange here too. Well, thanks for watching, and this is Scott of the Scottman signing out here from Jackson, Michigan.